Big news. All right. So we shared with you before one of our big 2021 goals. Got to buy a homestead, right? To do the homesteading thing, you got to have a homestead. So we did a lot of shopping. We did a lot of looking at properties as the year came to a close. We found one that we thought could be the one, and we put down a contract. But that's not the end of the road. You know, we got to sell this house. This has been a great house for us, but it also took quite a lot of work to get ready to sell, and Dave, just to get to that place where you could put it on the market. Yeah. There was painting touch up and trim work that had to get fixed. You know, you got wear and tear from dogs and kids, and you reconfiguring the house a few times. Mm-hmm. But we've got big news. Do you want to share it? Go ahead.
We got a contract.
Yes, we have sold the house, or at least we're on the way to selling the house. Yeah, it's actually phenomenal. From the time that this listed, this house that we're sitting in right now, listed Monday, and it didn't list like Monday. In the morning. Yeah, at the end of the business day, yes. There was almost no business hours left. So really, I mean, it was Tuesday before anybody could have acted on it. Mm-hmm. By Wednesday afternoon, we had an offer. The offer was exactly where we needed it to be. And it's not contingent. They don't have to go sell a property. That is huge. It means that we're not waiting on them to sell their house in order for us to sell this one. Mm-hmm. So the other thing about it is they want to close kind of fast. Yeah. So we went to the people that we're buying our place in Alt from, and we said, "Hey, look, can we move faster?" And they said yes. Yeah. So it looks like we're actually looking at the end of February, not early March.
Yeah, and it's mid-January right now, so that only gives us 6 weeks.
How are you feeling about that?
I feel mixed emotions. I feel excited for sure. It's working out. Yeah. Right as, how we needed it to work out. That's exciting. It's going to be a lot of work to move. We have 3 kids.
Yes.
We have all the stuff that comes with a 2-story house with a finished basement. All of that has to get moved. That's going to be tiring. And I'm a little sad. I really love this house. I love this house. If I could just pluck it up and move it to 5 acres, I'd be in heaven. But can't do that.
Yeah, and just getting the 5 acres around here is crazy. Yes. You'd spend almost $200,000 just getting 5 acres and putting a tap on it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, we got a property. Mm-hmm. We're going to be moving fast. Yep. We just got off the phone actually with the mortgage people just before sitting down here. It feels like a roller coaster. You're up. Hey, we sold the house. Oh, now I got to talk to the mortgage guy. Oh, we got to make this decision or that decision. Yeah. So let's say it's March. Mm-hmm. We've moved things in. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do we try and do chickens and a garden in the first year, or is it too fast?
Honestly, I think we can handle chickens and a garden. Okay. I don't want to do a gigantic garden right away. I want, just a few boxes, get our hands dirty. I feel like we can handle a garden and chickens.
I distrust that phrase, a few boxes. How many is a few boxes?
I don't know, 4, 6?
6.
12?
We have left a few, and we've gotten too many, I think. 4 or 5 is where you cross that threshold.
The problem that we're gonna have is if we're moving in March, like that doesn't give you a whole lot of time. Like if we want a garden, you got to get those boxes planted. You know, we're already getting into the time where you would be starting seeds indoors, which I'm not doing because I don't want to move trays of seedlings.
Yeah.
You know, we might just have to plant our garden this year with seedlings from the store instead of from seed.
The shame.
It's humiliating. But I mean, and same with chickens. You know, if you want chickens, if we can find full-grown chickens, that's one thing. But if you want to get chicks and raise them up, they take several months to lay eggs, and then once you get into fall and winter, they stop laying. So if we don't get on it pretty quick, what we're going to end up raising chickens, and they're going to be old enough to start laying right when it's time to stop laying, and then then we won't be getting eggs until like next spring. So if we want to do them, we need to do it.
Buy seedlings this year. Like if you go and you try and get seeds right now, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, they're selling out really fast. I kind of panic bought some seeds that are in the mailbox right now that you don't know about. But we have some in case they sell out again this year. But you can buy seedlings at a nursery or even Lowe's. Those aren't going to be the best quality plants, but you can do it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny as we're thinking about moving costs, like the list of priority projects starts to build up.
Yeah.
One of the things that, I'm a tech guy, you're a stay-at-home mom teacher. Nowhere in the job description for either of those things are things like, long johns and warm clothes and stuff like that. I never thought I would kind of think about that in my head as like a move-in cost, but it kind of almost is for this property.
Maybe, but not. I mean, with moving in March,
late February,
it's not going to be that cold for very long. And if all we're going to do is have a garden and chickens, it's not like we're going to be mucking out barn stalls and stuff like that.
It's Colorado. We get snow in 2 months, October and March.
We can get snow in May. I've seen it.
Oh, that's true. That's
true. But I feel like if we're just doing chickens, like going out and feeding them isn't going to take a super long time.
So project timeline. What to you, we're excited. It looks like this thing's actually going to happen now.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the things that were like, this has got to happen, that's got to happen, those are going and getting taken care of. Even things like the appraisal, we've been able to take off the table with the mortgage guys.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about that. So now it means that we can think a bit more about the projects.
Mm-hmm.
What to you are the things that have to happen in the first year? What are projects that must happen?
Well, firstly, probably anything that needs done in the house. I mean, we've walked through it a couple times. I don't see anything terribly urgent. It might need some new carpet. I'm not a big fan of the paint color, but it can wait. But if there's some big project in the house that needs done to make it like more livable, then that is probably priority. Beyond that, I would say fencing. We need some fencing for the dogs, for the kids. I'm not trusting that 2-year-old boy if we don't have a little bit of a barrier for him.
Leash. We put him on a 25-foot leash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is your son wearing a collar?
Careful now. I think beyond that, the garden and the chicken coop. And I think that will be plenty to take on in the first year.
Okay. So sounds like 4 to 6 boxes. Ish. A chicken coop.
Mm-hmm. Chicken run.
Well, we've got to have a coop because by the time we get to winter, they've got to have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Some of the homesteaders that we watch, they can get away with a pretty open coop or a chicken tractor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit more difficult here, as we're finding out.
Yeah, I think they'd be better off in a coop with a covered run, because where we're going, there's a lot of eagles and hawks that will eat my chickens.
So, are you thinking like coop, covered run, and then have like pastures to rotate between? Or are you thinking just a larger run?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'll have to research that.
So we've got a lot ahead. This is your chance. Tell us what you think. Chickens. Should we go with just the large covered runs? Do we need to do pastures? What else should we do in the first year? Let us know in the comments below.